our weekly sporting challenge.
This week we played pool down at the Karratha Tavern. This is how it happened.
Tero's left us high and dry here, so we're going to be commentating our own match, Rourke versus Pablo. Round 11 here at the Karratha Tav. We're doing pool. Rourke's won the toss somehow. Oh, he's giving away 2. Oh, look at that! Get out of there. Get off.
Attempting a tough shot here. Not much room to work.
And he's done it.
He's just jumped his own ball.
Oh! Green and gold. Rourke's got 2. It's 3-1 at the moment. If you count the black one, who knows if we do or not. It's 4-1. Oh, stop. He's just absolutely throwing the game away. Game 1, Pablo. The crowd's wondering why isn't this at the games 2012.
Good break. He's done one, but he's also trailed the white.
Rourke's on the smalls. Bit ironic. He's a big fella. Everything's to the left-hand side of the table. He could not miss this one, and he hasn't. He's off to a racing start, 2-1 at the moment.
Tough down the line shot for Pablo. Giving it the kiss.
Oh! Pointless shot. Rourke could have just ended the series. Oh, he's fallen just short. He nearly potted the black. Would have been all over. I hit the ball from where it was. It's gone back to where it was.
I've got an extra 2 more.
Do not. Rourke's making up a whole heap of excuses to get out of this one. He's clutching at straws. Oh. He's just missed a sitter. Blame this on games 2012. He's seeing extra balls on the table. I'm sure he's going to use this as an excuse if he loses. Oh. The black's sitting on the pocket. I need to hit these. The pressure is on, and I've missed everything. 2 shots for Rourke. Crucial situation in the game. This is brutal. He's got 1 in the bag, the high vis. He's got a green and a red left. And of course, the one we're all after, the black. And he's just done the unthinkable. Absolutely unthinkable. Missed a lot. 3-2. Rourke's in front. Now the big one, the 8 ball. It's 1 ball each. The 8 ball and the unlucky 15. Rourke's going for the 8. Down to the black.
Oh! It's so the black. Choke. It's over. 1 game all. The pressure really got to Pablo there. He just tried to belt it, and it's gone nowhere. And he's given Rourke the key advantage of breaking in the final deciding match.
Yeah, he got lucky on that last game, let's be honest. Yeah, I potted the white on the black. If he wants to call that a victory, he can. I won the first game in convincing fashion. If he wants to call a second game a victory, we'll let him do it, but it all gets decided right here, right now.
Oh! A grab. He had 2 shots, and he's failed to sink anything. I've never seen this before, to be honest.
There's a couple of guys at the pub here, they've had their drinks, they've had their meal, they've left, we're still playing. He's got about 6 around the pocket here, and he's missed everything. I don't know what he's doing. Rourke's ball's all set up quite nicely, mine on the other hand. I'm opting for the complex way to go about this. We're at opposite ends of the table. 2-3, Rourke's up. So close to call. No. He's on the black. This is for the game, the match, the series.
He's done it.
I think the recorder's going to stop it.
So Rourke, a huge victory there. We've got a lot to discuss about this one.
It was a huge victory, 6-5. I'm ahead now. I'm not going to be letting up. We'll talk about it after the next song, I think.
We are going to be talking about it. If there's one person to blame for the loss, it's not me. Tero from the Karratha Tav is going to join us in the studio to explain himself right after this.
Spirit.
Got a surprise guest in the studio. It is Tero from the Karratha Tav. Good morning, Tero. Thanks for joining us.
Morning, Pablo.
He's made it. It's only a few days late. It's all right.
He was supposed to be in with us on the Wednesday we did all this. It went down at the Karratha Tav at 11 a.m. on the Wednesday. He didn't get up. He slept through the whole thing. You left us high and dry, Tero. What happened?
Well, what can I say? I don't like mornings very much. That's why I'm in hospitality.
Definitely. Now, the reason I brought you in, Tero, is basically because there's a reason I lost this. I don't lose many of these Pablo versus Rourke challenges. But
You've lost 6, just for the record.
But when I do lose them, there's always a reason. Now, the reason for this, Tero, is...
An excuse or a reason?
A proper reason. Now, the reason for this one, Tero, is you were supposed to be commentating this. We would have loved to hear your soothing voice over the airways. You got a beautiful voice, but unfortunately you didn't make it, and this affected me greatly because I had to commentate myself. Now, I do love speaking, obviously, but commentating myself, it kind of withdrew my actions, and it made me concentrate a little bit harder, I think, Rourke.
I'd say that it probably had nothing to do with it, and you were just terrible.
Now, have you seen many pool sharks over at the Karratha Tav?
Not really, no.
You haven't seen many.
No, not too many pool sharks over there.
Okay, the challenge has been set.
I think we would have been a bit more shark-like if we'd had a few beers. That was the problem. Normally you get better.
You do get better after a few beers.
You definitely do get better. Well, it was quite funny because while we were down there was quite a few people came in, had meals, basically had an entire day of events, and we were still on game one. It took us probably the longest time ever to complete 3 games of pool, I think, Rourke.
Yeah, it did. I mean, and it was really quite an interesting game, the way all the balls tended to slant to one side, with the table being not quite even. We're not going to blame that. My stick also had a big splinter missing out of it as well, but, you know, who's listening to that sort of thing?
The grey details there.
Yeah, it's the things you need to do to win, really.
Yeah, you did get a victory. At one point, Tero, you won't even believe this. I can't even describe this properly. Rourke, at one point, he's been staying up watching the game so much, he actually thought that he had 2 extra balls on the table than me. He was claiming he had 8 on the table and I had 4, and this is the reason I won game 1.
There's a logical explanation. I was there, I was playing, I was behind. Couldn't believe I was behind in the match, to be honest. And there was 2 green 6, I think it's green 6. There was 2 of the same ball on the table, and I was looking at it going, there's only one way he could be beating me. He has to be cheating. And there was 2 of the same ball for me on the table, and I was thinking, maybe I've got an extra ball or something.
Mind you, he set it up in the triangle, so it makes no sense to how suddenly there's 15 balls on the table, even though he set the triangle himself.
It didn't matter in the end.
Everyone needs a scapegoat.
Everyone needs a scapegoat. You're my scapegoat, Tero, because there's no way I would have lost this. And if you remember, Rourke Walsh, we had a game of pool a week before this. I absolutely pantsed you.
That's not how it happened.
If you
It was. I think I remember winning by 5 balls in the first game.
If I need to get Cameron Miles from the Filbert News on the phone, I can do it because I absolutely pantsed you when we last played.
I'll let you break, and you won. You sunk about 7 off the break with
Absolutely,
luck.
absolutely dominated you. This time I had to do my own commentary. There's not many people out there. Do you see the AFL blokes playing on a Friday night with their, doing the game call on the sideline?
Like I said, it wouldn't have mattered. I was foxing back then. Just gave you a bit of a sniff. Gave you the first game here just for the drama of radio. You talk so much about the drama of radio. That's classic drama. I let you in for the first game, gave you a bit of a sniff in the second. Oh, it comes down to the black, and then just let you. I knew that you'd implode and sink the white on the black, so it was all over.
Take the pressure, Pablo?
Couldn't take the pressure, but I tell you what, I blame it on that. There's no way that any AFL or anyone who's a sportsman, you don't see over at 2012 London Games, you don't see any of the blokes inside the pool doing their own commentary, do you?
Wait a second, are you comparing yourself to an actual athlete, Pablo?
I am indeed, and
You're not very athletic.
we can beat around the bush all the time. I'm moving for the motion that this one gets a little asterisk beside it. Pablo versus Rourke. You have won this.
There'll be no asterisks. That's 6-5.
You have won this in... I was going to say dominating fashion, but obviously that's a Freudian slip. Well done, Rourke Walsh. You've taken the lead.
Thanks, Pablo. Look forward to next time.
And Tero, you're no longer welcome here at Spirit 12.
Always a pleasure, Pablo.
I think there's a few Karatha Tavern ads coming up. We might have to skip them.